Howdy, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of the Corner Arcade. I'm glad that you guys could join me. I am Adam, the head of this arcade. With me is Fat 420 and Ty. We're all here. We just talk about nerdy stuff. But since this is our first episode, I kind of want everyone to get to know us a little bit better. I figure what better thing to ask would be, what's the first game you guys really got into? They kind of got you in because for some reason all of us nerds seem to gravitate around some sort of video
hmm
game of some sort. So 420, can you go on ahead and give us an idea about yours?
Well, being a Gen X nerd, so to speak, I grew up with the Atari 2600, and there's many games that I've always liked, but the majority of the games that I always played all the time was Frogger and Adventure. So between those two, those would be my first uh, time gaming. I might have played Frogger a little bit more because it was a little bit easier. Because with Adventure, you always you have to go around and try to get through things, and then you gotta try to get away from the dragon that's chasing you, and then a whole bunch of little extra stuff that's kind of hard. So between those two would probably be my first uh, introduction into gaming. But more recently, it'd be the Xbox 360 with the Elder Scroll 5, which is Skyrim. So between that, it's pretty much it. Then some uh, phone gaming, mobile gaming.
Okay. Now, Ty, what is yours? What is the first game you remember really getting big into?
Probably my first game that I really got into was on Super Nintendo. It was called Killer Instinct.
Okay.
And then also there was a game called, I believe it was Top Gear.
Oh
It was
yeah,
a racing game.
Yeah.
Those were my top two that I did. And then nowadays I play all over. I mean,
Well, like what's nowadays, what's like seems to be the biggest time sink for you in regards to video gaming?
probably the racing games, like any racing game, Farm Simulator. Now I do play God of War.
Okay.
I haven't played it in a while, but yeah, I got the newest one though. But
Hey, I
uh,
got it cheap. It was $10.
Yep.
but yeah, no, I played when the PlayStation 2 came out with the God of War, the original. I played the crap out of that game, and I beat it. I don't know 3 times, and I just liked the storyline. Um, and then when God of War came out with the I believe it was the PS4. I think the new one came out with it, and I played that. But right now I'm stuck at a place, and I've read about it, and I still don't know what I'm doing wrong. So
Okay.
I'll have to revisit that though here soon.
Yeah, you'll get past it. There's plenty of guides for almost every game
Yeah,
nowadays.
I got frustrated, so I haven't played it in like probably 3 months. It's just like I'm done.
Yeah, fair
Well,
enough, man.
see, it was with talking about guides. I played Myst when it first came out to the computer, right?
You had to have a guide for that game.
And I'd play through it. I wouldn't get through it. I still got the guide, and it still took me a couple months to 3 months to get through it
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
guide.
I mean, I remember when I think Halo 2 or Halo 3 came out. My uncle got it, and I went over to his house, and we actually beat it the first night he had it,
Wow.
like
Wow.
on expert.
Okay.
So yeah, we were up until like 2 in the morning. But
Oh yeah, I forgot about Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we played that in school. Yeah,
Like middle school for me.
yeah, yep.
And here's Corey's.
Warzone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Corey, did you play Plunder with that? Because that was like my favorite was Plunder.
And TJ said his was either Tetris or Mission Mix Up.
Like good old
Cindy's here.
Tetris.
Good to see you too, Cindy.
Yeah, nice everybody show up. It's
Yeah.
appreciated.
Asteroids,
Space Invaders.
Yeah,
Frogger,
yeah.
Pac-Man, and of course Miss Pac-Man.
Right.
See, I never played Miss Pac-Man. I always played Pac-Man. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a boy and I just say, I ain't playing no girl game.
Well, I mean, it was literally a reskin
Yeah.
to put another arcade cabinet in to get more quarters.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But mine, the first game I really locked into was Final Fantasy for NES.
Mm-hmm.
Really got into that, and
Great
I've been
game.
a fan. I've been a fan of Final Fantasy
Mm-hmm.
for quite a while. Really, RPGs in general. Currently, on the Switch 2, I'm playing Final Fantasy 6 again, or Final Fantasy 3 USA Edition, whatever. But I was playing Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. That's one of my go-tos. I have easily over 1,300 hours into that game in various builds and playthroughs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I've done like beta testing for Xbox and Bethesda and some of the MMOs like Elder Scrolls Online I beta tested. Star Wars The Old Republic, that MMO, I beta tested.
Nice.
I was playing the Xbox 360 3 months before it was announced. Like publicly.
I think
Nice.
you get something like that though.
You just have to get in somewhere beta testing and maybe a game or a system that you hate,
Okay.
but you try it anyway. And if you do a
Okay.
good job, like here recently, I got an invite from Xbox to go to Gamescom.
Hmm.
Now they're not willing to pay my way,
Of
which
course not.
sucks, but I can't afford to fly to Cologne, Germany to
Oh,
go
damn.
to this Gamescom. So yeah, I got the invite. Woo! Now pay my way, guys.
Yeah.
That would have been great. I'd love to have one of these episodes from there.
That would be pretty cool.
But no, instead, I've done a few beta testing. I try to keep in on that if I can. I've also done beta testing for like Android OSs and stuff like that.
Yeah, because when
Yeah.
the dirt track games come out, they're like, "Oh, we're in beta testing." I'm like, "I want to test that."
Yeah, just get in contact with the company and stuff like that. Yes, sweetheart. I know. I wish Microsoft would pay our way.
Well, shoot, if you're talking about beta testing for Android, I beta tested Blades.
Yeah, I beta tested for Elder Scrolls. I beta tested Blades. I beta tested with Microsoft Xbox for their cloud gaming for about a year before it actually came out. I still have the emails because I'm proud that I got to do that.
Right.
That's
so
pretty cool.
I mean,
Right.
granted, the only game I could stand playing during the beta was Destiny 2.
Well,
But-
Destiny's a good game in itself anyway.
But I was playing it on a Samsung S10 Plus and stuff. So yeah, it was really neat. I didn't even have an Xbox at that time. It was just through my phone. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Then when I finally got to play Skyrim on my phone, that was weird.
Now,
I'm very glad I had I got an Xbox controller so I could play properly. But it's just
that's
it's so
one
small.
game that I wish you could play on a phone because
You can through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
okay.
And that opens up the cloud gaming on it.
Okay.
And then you can play Skyrim with the mods on your phone because
Nice.
the mods are loaded in the cloud, not on your phone.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So-
Right.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys ever play like Fable?
Oh yeah. Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable
Yeah.
3.
I played Fable 1, and then I kind of just drifted off. I didn't try Fable 2. Actually, I did. I take that back. I did try Fable 2, and I don't know if it was the storyline or what. I just kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but
the thing that made Fable 2 for me was the multiplayer. When you started playing with other players,
yeah,
people were really helpful in that game. And like
Yeah.
one of the achievements is get all the weapons, like all the special weapons.
mm-hmm.
So you have people trading special weapons, you know, to get this achievement, and everyone's helping everyone else get it.
Yeah,
So that's really what made it, because, you know, it was such a great community to be part of. Fable 1, I had a hard time getting into.
yeah,
Fable,
yeah.
yeah, and Fable 3 was just, I don't know, it wasn't as good as Fable 2 to me. So, yeah.
I think I played it for like 10 minutes. And then I was, because my uncle got it, and so I tried it, and I'm like, yep, nope, not for me.
Yeah. But, all right, so now that everyone kind of knows this a little bit better, and please ask questions if you want, I think we're going to go to our Would You Rather segment of this. So this segment I'm hoping to do over our episodes, and it's, would you do this or that, or would you rather have this or have that? And it's everyone's personal opinion on it. So for our first episode, I'm like, okay, we'll stick with a Star Wars versus Star Trek type of theme.
Right.
So if you had the choice, assuming you have the training to use whichever one, would you rather have a lightsaber or a bat'leth? Lightsaber from the Star Wars universe, of course, and the bat'leth, you know, a Klingon weapon in the Star Trek universe.
Well, maybe I can show you what I like.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm more.
Two.
I think.
And many more to come. So, if that tells you anything, lightsabers.
Okay.
for me.
So 420 is team lightsaber. So Ty, what?
Yeah, I'd have
what
to
do you
say.
think?
I'd probably have to say lightsaber.
Yeah.
But I want a double one, like Darth Maul, or yeah,
Hey,
the Darth Maul.
squirrel.
How's it going?
Hey. Sorry, it's taking a while.
Oh no, you guys are fine. I
Yeah.
was enjoying the conversation.
Okay. Well, since we brought you in, you know, obviously we just got out of the intro question, but since you came in time, we'll ask. What is the first most played game that kind of got you into video gaming?
As a kid, my dad taught industrial tech at college, like we're at a community college or whatever. And so we always had a computer. Ironically enough, I like systems over computer gaming.
Okay.
But I started out with like Commander Keen on
Okay.
DOS.
That one, yeah.
And I
Okay.
actually really, really enjoyed that game. And then from there, of course, it went into Nintendo. My uncle played Tetris to the point that he beat it. And I still remember to this day the night he finally beat the last level. He was all happy, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. He's like, I knew I could do it. Of course, Tetris wasn't the most entertaining game, in my opinion, but it definitely was segued into my desire to want to play Nintendo and kind of see what these games had. And yeah, so probably Commander Keen and Wolfenstein and Doom. But
Oh, those
all
are my
DOS.
favorites too. I love
Yeah.
those. I play those all the time.
Now, what's something that you enjoy playing now when you have the time?
I got into Horizon New Dawn.
Okay.
And I know like the first one's a few years old at this point. I don't have a system that can really handle this second one as well as I would like it to. So I haven't
Right.
played it yet. But I really like that, and I got the one with all the add-ons. And so I'm on the Frozen Lands or whatever, trying to figure out what beast is scaring the people in that region. But yeah, I really like that game. It's a lot of fun. It fills my Assassin's Creed niche ever since that genre, or that what's it called? that video game line kind of
Died
digress,
out.
I guess, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those would probably be my main ones.
Okay.
And Halo.
Halo.
Yep.
Yep.
Halo,
Love Halo.
Halo
That
3 got me into Xbox for sure.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems to be a mainstay for a lot of people. Is Halo or Halo 2 seems to be really good at pulling people in.
Yeah,
Definitely.
especially when they came out with the firefight,
Yeah.
where it's just it's just you and the versus the aliens. I mean, I spent many hours on firefight with Halo.
It was always fun. You're like, I got it. And you're like, where's the last guy? And he comes up behind you, and you're like, oh, I almost had the time.
Yeah,
Almost.
and what's good is when you shoot the grunts, it's graffiti when you hit them in the head.
The birthday skull.
It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
That was the best one.
Nice.
I got better at headshots because of that skull.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
There you go.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
get
now-
so good at headshots that I'm gonna be like gamer grandpa.
All right. Well, now back to Would You Rather. Now, Squirrel, you probably heard a little bit of this backstage, but the choice is either a lightsaber or a Star Trek batleth, and it's assuming you get to know how to use it. Corey's question was, do you get to choose the kyber crystal? Yeah, the kyber crystal that goes in the lightsaber. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Because really the color or the effect isn't really on trial here. It's whether you want to use a lightsaber or whether you want to use a batleth.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'll take the kyber crystal that goes in this one.
Okay. I have 3. That's what I was looking around for. We have 3 lightsabers of our own. I mean, it's a good question though, because it kind of depends on what you want your attack style to be, I guess. But I'm partial to lightsabers. The Ryleths are cool, or batleths are cool. Not Ryleths, batleth.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love Klingon stuff, but lightsaber all the way.
Yeah, they're both equally cool in their own right, I think. And there's not really a wrong answer here. Personally, I'm going lightsaber. But, it's just, if it's for survival, I'm going lightsaber. Lightsaber can cut. Okay.
Oh, sorry. What if you had the Force and could use the batleth?
Oh, see, now that's just putting a monkey wrench in everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm imagining like the throw lightsaber ability, but with the batleth.
Right.
Just a huge,
Like the deadliest
spinning
boomerang
blade.
you've ever had.
No kidding. So,
See, the reason why I like the lightsaber is because, well, these are the toys, of course.
yeah.
But you got to imagine this part being all the way in there. So you got something this small,
yeah.
right? You can hide this pretty much anywhere. I can hide it underneath my belly fat or something, and you can't do that with a batleth.
Right.
And then also, not only can you, it's frowned upon with the Sith and the Jedi, but you can turn it on, and when you go swinging, turn it off real quick, so you wouldn't hit the other one, and then turn it back on, and then plunge it or something. And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, so there are options. I know when it comes to the lightsaber, there's not really a weight for the blade, but a batleth actually weighs over 12 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. A batleth weighs over 12 pounds. I have some information up about it. But yeah, it's how you want to fight. They're both close range weapons. They're batleth's sharp. I mean, which is good, I guess, but a lightsaber could cut through it. So, you can't block it.
Unless it was Mandalorian steel.
Yeah. But, I have to take what it is in its individual universe,
Right.
So I have to imagine that the lightsaber would just cut through it. It may take it a little bit, but eventually it'll just melt the material of the batleth. So looks like Corey is also team lightsaber. So like I said, there's no right and wrong answer to this, and
Mhm.
everyone's going to have their reasons. But it sounds like all of us are kind of team lightsaber here.
More concealable.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's more versatile for sure. Like
Yeah.
definitely gets the job done in many different situations.
yeah. I mean, it can do a lot from, cutting a slice of cheese to melting down a iron door like they did in the prequels.
Well, they even did it in the cartoon one
Mhm.
with Gronk, not Gronk.
Gronk?
It was my favorite droid. Anyway, they
Yeah.
they sealed the something. They had the bad guys go around and seal all the ways to the sewer systems, and they were stuck in there. And he
Okay.
just ended up taking his lightsaber and just cutting himself back out.
Here's Steve's choice.
I think
He
it was
prefers-
Bad Batch.
He prefers a 50 caliber. Well, that's not part of the selection, but
Yeah,
You know,
Steve.
Duly
It-
noted.
at least you're participating, and that's good. So,
Yeah, our boss is the odd one out. So
You'll shoot
yeah.
your eye out, kid.
yeah, TJ is the odd one out, almost like usual, but it's okay.
no, it's all good. As you
Um,
said earlier, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I mean-
preference.
Yeah, a batleth looks cool to wield if you know how to wield it right. Same with a lightsaber, but if you had to get face to face with it, yeah, I got to give it to the lightsaber.
Mhm.
So, all right. So that being done, I think now, what do you think, 420? You think you're up for a retro review for the episode?
Sure. We were talking about it in the messenger of the group chat, and Adam mentioned Toe Jam and Earl, and I oddly enough had it, but I had it on this thing, which
Okay.
is a handheld Sega Genesis. It can be, it can't. No, this is not a product review. It's just telling you, it's prefacing how I play it, but you can also right here. It's a plug and play AV cord.
Okay.
Plus, right here, it has. Let me see if I can get it out.
It looks like a SD card.
SD card where you can actually add more games because it comes preloaded with 80 games.
Okay, that's pretty
But
cool.
you can add more games. Like I added another 50 games, and one of them was Toe Jam and Earl.
Okay.
Now, with that said, I played it, and I got through like, I guess it would be 3 levels. Because
Okay.
I guess the preface of it is that you got to go through finding parts to your spaceship to, I
Yeah.
guess, go back home.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was pretty cool. It was like really easy to do. It was almost too easy. The only thing I didn't like about it is like every time I get close to like a bad guy that would take away some of my health,
Okay.
he decided to want to just start dancing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to get out of that dancing because this guy was coming at me, and I'm just doing this little dance thing on the screen, and I'm like, stop! But you go around, you get to pick up food and stuff and parts and things, and like if you get too full, it says, I'm full. I'm full. I'm like, so just keep picking up the food. And then each level you go into this elevator that shoots you up to the next level, and then you go through, and the cool thing is it actually has a map to show where you've been. And you push button C,
Yeah.
it shows you the map, but if you push button B, it tells what you need to do
Okay.
or how far you've gone. And then basically the A button is, I think, the jump. Or
Don't
something
forget
to
the
that effect.
mystery boxes.
Yes, there's those
Yeah.
too as well. I think I picked up some of those. I was just playing it just to be playing it without actually looking into what I'm doing, just to just to see what the gameplay is like because it's been forever since I played it. So for ease, I'd probably give it a 8.
Okay.
For fun, it was actually fun, minus the dancing for some reason. So that would be another 8. So if it's a game you want to get into the Sega Genesis with, I would probably say that would probably be a good first game to play on the Sega Genesis system. So,
Right.
but with that said, I eventually want to get the Retcon 5, which is again not pulling into review, but what that does is it plays your Sega Genesis, your Master System, your NES, your SNES, and I believe maybe Famicom.
Okay.
So, and the reason why I want to get that is so that way when if I do more future retro gaming, then I don't have to have like 5, 6, 10 million
Yeah.
consoles. You know,
And then you just have to make sure you have the cartridge.
yeah, which I got multiple places I can get those because in this town, there's at least 5 to 6 different places I can get old carts from. So, anyway,
Yeah. I see.
as a whole, I'd probably give Toe Jam and Earl, like I say, 8 out of 10.
Okay. So see, Squirrel's doing something down there. Squirrel, what are you doing?
Oh, he was talking about his like you have the port on his little gaming thing. You could add a
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah.
I remembered I had a little controller that I got. I have my laptop sitting here, so while I was listening, I was seeing if I could set it up for Game Pass because I have a free trial I haven't used.
Cool.
But that's a cool one.
Yeah.
Free too.
Nice.
I just have my plain black one.
Yeah.
So we called it the Hello Kitty one just because it was purple and white.
Ah.
Oh, that's nice.
But it's not. I mean, it's just a little one. I just haven't I haven't charged it.
Yeah. It's like as long as it works and it's what you dig, it's cool. I'm not personally gonna go the Hello Kitty route, but hey, I can't hate on it, you know?
Right.
It's like it's
It's my
just not
daughter.
something- Yeah, so
I'll mention her, but yeah, I don't know. It's nice colored. It's what Ambernick. So they have like a whole bunch of different ones that you can get that are different styled for the various systems of the past. So this one I think is more of like an Xbox designed one, but you could get like a Sega style one or a SNES style one, like whatever you like and want to play with, you could get for your computer or a little gaming system that's too small for fingers or something like that, you know?
I remember Xbox's controller; they were so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original Duke controller.
Yeah, they were so big, and then you could put your memory. Was it the memory stick in the?
Yeah,
in the,
you put
in the front there.
your memory card on the top.
Yeah, memory card. Yeah.
Or the adapter to make it a DVD player.
Yeah, so
Oh,
big.
jeez.
They were bulky. I didn't like them. I really didn't. I preferred PlayStation for the longest time
Yeah.
until, honestly, I like the 360 design. It was slightly less bulky, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been PlayStation for some reason.
Yeah.
Can we,
prefer
at
that.
least, can we at least say that at least it's not the Sega Saturn controller?
Yes.
Yeah. Or the
Yes.
Dreamcast.
Or the
Oh,
Dreamcast
yeah.
is what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Where
nightmare.
the cord's
Yes.
here instead of up here.
Uh-huh.
and-
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like maybe that came out a couple years ahead of its time? Like if they had waited for the internet to be a little bit better, that maybe Dreamcast would have been a little bit more successful?
I think so.
Mhm.
The Dreamcast had a Phantasy Star Online, episodes 1 and 2. When that came out, like the re-release came out for GameCube, I played that so much, and then finally got the network adapter for the GameCube, so that I could actually play that way, and that made the game so much better on top of it. So, yeah, it would have been fun to, play it on the Dreamcast, but yeah, it might have been a little bit ahead of its time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was it like I said, my dad taught tech, so he went to a bunch of like industrial fairs or whatever, or like, you know, when Windows came out with a new thing, they'd have it on display at the wherever we went, and all the latest tech stuff. And I remember I got like Star Wars X-Wing and Star Wars X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Okay.
And that was like, man, I still have the
Yeah.
games to this day, and I loved playing them, but there was like 2 other kids in town that had the internet, so like there wasn't much for the online play, but that was such a great waste of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I remember in college, the way to play wasn't online. You had LAN parties.
Yeah,
in
everybody
the
brought their computer, their system.
Yeah. Like there was one time I think we had like we actually were able to run a 64-person tournament in the lobby of one of the dorms.
Wow.
So it was just there were like 3 TVs, multiple LAN sections. It got ridiculous. And I believe that was 007.
What was the predecessor, or whatever you want to call it, to Unreal? The game?
Unreal the game or the Unreal Engine?
The game. Like, was it Unreal like part 2 to a game?
I do not know.
I'm trying to remember.
All I know, we used to have to put blankets to divide the TVs because people would screen cheat
Right?
Anyway,
when we'd have multiple TVs.
Because you were
It
talking
says
about
Paragon. Paragon's the predecessor.
okay, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was like
No?
something to the effect of like Doom or
Sorry, wait.
or a Shadow Warrior, but because we're talking about LAN parties, I remember doing that.
Yeah.
I was at work when I was younger, and the boss decided there was 2 other guys that wanted to play it, so we all went to our separate rooms in the office,
Yeah.
and we each had our own computer with the game, and we all did the LAN party that way. And they hated me because I was the one that camped all the time.
Yeah.
Because
You were
would
one
be
of them, weren't you?
I would be jumping on top of a whole bunch of boxes, just be way above everybody.
Yeah.
And when I see someone coming in, I'd be like, bloop, bloop. They're like, where the frick are you?
Yeah.
Be like, I ain't telling.
It's like
And finally they
you're
got
that guy.
One guy got
Funny.
smart and was like, actually looked up and seen me, and he's like, you effer, how dare you camp? And it's like, there's nothing against the rules to camp.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things that had to happen with the LAN party. It was like you can't camp. If you got caught camping, someone would come up and unplug your LAN cord and you were just disqualified. Yeah, they didn't play. Yeah.
My friends, one of the apartments I lived in around the time I was like second-time freshman in college, everybody played World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And I refused to get into it just to be different, I guess. I don't know. Just like, no, you guys waste too much time on it. Plus, they made me play it once, and I was a necromancer, and then I befriended a wolf, and then at level 5, I had to kill my friend Wolf, and I was like, this game sucks. I don't want to play this anymore. But they would do that. They would each bring their computers or whatever, and we had a 2-bedroom apartment that wasn't that big. So like 2 people would be in one bedroom, 2 people would be in another bedroom, 5 people would be in the living room, and it'd all just be like, what was it? I know this term, but like, yeah, they'd all just be playing WoW together just for like days on end. It wasn't just hours; it was days.
Yeah. That kind of game, I played World of Warcraft too. Mine was back around the Lich King era of it.
Okay.
And yeah, it sucked me in pretty hard. My wife at the time and myself both got laptops, and we both played together, but I played more frequently. So I got good, but like faster. So yeah. Yeah, I remember finally getting to be a Death Knight, and yeah, so I chose to be an undead Death Knight. And yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Finally hitting level 80 with
Raid.
that character was great.
I believe it. But yeah, raids. Raids is what I was trying to think of. Those raids
Yeah.
were insane.
Yeah.
I was into just the regular Warcraft game until they came out with World of Warcraft, and I was kind of pissed off about that because I was having so much fun with it. I was hoping to have another, Warcraft 4.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I didn't like it because they made you pay to play it, and it's like, and that's what I hated about the online game. It's like they made you pay $50, $60, $70 for a game, and then they made you spend an extra $20 a month just to play the game, and it's like, it seems like it's defeating the purpose of having a game if you got to play extra just to play the game.
Yeah.
Well, even nowadays, now you pay $80 for a game and you get a digital download that may or may not last forever, depending upon the servers.
That's
right.
true. There's been many times where I've had to delete a game and then re-download a game.
Yeah, I have to do that too.
Because I don't get the hard copies anymore on my Xbox and my PlayStation. I just download the game, and then there's been a few where I've had to delete them and then re-download them.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of downloads, a while back they actually, for the computer, put the anthology for the Elder Scrolls, so it was all the DLCs and everything from Arena to Skyrim.
Yeah.
Now with Arena and Daggerfall, you got the download straight from the actual, disc. But when it came to Oblivion, Morrowind, and Skyrim, even though you had the discs, you still had to download Steam just so you can download the game to play the game. And it's like, I have the disc, so why do I need to download it from Steam?
Well, the new Xboxes, when you buy a hard copy, you have to download the game. You put the hard copy in, you have to download it.
Right.
Because that's where you get all your updates and all that other crap.
Now, I will say this, though. With that said, it was cool because, like I said, I got the Skyrim, which was, what did we figure? What was that, Adam? The Legendary Edition?
Yeah.
Well,
and then they came out with a special edition.
Well, it was the vanilla edition, then the special edition that had the downloadable content, and then it was the anniversary edition that came with like 200 mods on top of the download edition, or on the downloadable content.
Right. Well, it was the one where you got Creation Club in it. Anyway, if you had the one, if you had the one edition, you got the one with the Creation Club for free. So I got 2 things of Skyrim on my computer right now.
Yeah, it sounds like what you got was the special edition, but you got the anniversary free update.
Right.
So,
but there's still 2 of them on my Steam account. So
yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
yeah, I know.
I know we're kind of going off the topic, so
yeah. Let's say 420. You and I could talk Skyrim all day.
I literally have bought that game for every system I have ever owned, and sometimes twice.
Yeah. I've currently been playing it on the Switch too. It's been kind of nice because the screen is large enough on the Switch too that it actually allows proper playing. You can actually read the.
To be honest, if I got the Switch, there'd be 2 games that I'd be playing, maybe 3.
Yeah.
It'd be Skyrim, just for simple fact you got all Link's stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'd play Doom and Wolfenstein, and that's pretty much the only games I'd be playing on the Switch myself.
Yeah. I mean, and there's nothing really special about the Master Sword or the Hylian Shield in Skyrim, or the Champion's attire. There's nothing special about it. They're actually pretty weak.
It'd be just cool. It'd be just cool to have it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like you do a power attack with the Master Sword and it sends an energy blast or anything like that. You know, which they should have done. That would have been really neat, but they didn't.
Can you enchant those?
I think you can. I know that you can upgrade them through a blacksmith. But it's just they're so antiquated by the time you really want to get to use them that I don't know, it just kind of seems pointless.
It'd be like
And the-
getting the Imperial armor or something like
Yeah,
that. And
well-
it'd be like,
the champion's garb takes the place of a chest plate, your bracers, your shoes. So it takes place of all three of those, but it does not give you the armor equivalent of those three. So
Oh.
as you're using the blacksmith to level it up, it doesn't equal out. So with that equipment, unless you're using a cheat or something, you can't get it up to max armor.
right.
So, I mean, it's still fun if you want to cosplay as Link, being the Dragonborn.
Is it a new Corey or is it smarts? Because I did that whenever I played PUBG, and I ended up winning majority of the time just by camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to boot people out for camping,
Yeah.
especially when it
One of
came to
those
like
words, it's
Call of
going to
Duty.
trigger somebody.
Yeah. It usually will.
Yeah, Call of Duty. We used to just kick you out.
Yeah.
We're like, nope, you're not doing that here. Out.
Halo 3, there were some maps where you knew exactly where the campers were every time. So the second 4 people got killed, it was like as soon as everybody respawned, you were like, the first one to them wins, Like,
Yeah.
I already know where you are.
Yeah. Once you take out the camper, then you play fair
The camper.
against everyone else.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, war's not fair, so I mean,
Well, I mean, if it's agreed upon when you go to play that camping is fine, then it's fine. But if there's no talk about it, don't camp.
I mean, I can see the dislike for it. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, why run around and get the possibility of keep dying all the time when you can just camp and just pick people off left and right?
That's
Yeah.
part of the game.
I mean, that's almost as bad as just chilling around one of the spawn points, and every time someone spawns, you just shoot them.
We've had
Oh.
some people do that too.
It's
Yep.
so frustrating.
Or people that used to use that nuke tube on
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I freaking hated that shit. I quit. I would just quit. I'm like, nope, out.
Well,
It doesn't matter. Call of Duty, Halo, any first-person shooter that I could play. Anytime I spawn, I would just chuck a sticky and just start running. And there were only twice where it would land, and it's like, you just killed 4 people. I was like, yes. And then the rest of the time, I was like, I couldn't even stay alive 5 seconds.
Well, in Duke Nukem, I'd always try to get the BFG first
Yeah.
thing out, just so
Yeah.
I could start killing the aliens.
Yeah,
that was
that-
one game that had the best sayings. Duke
Oh,
Nukem.
yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
The PC version just set up such big expectations when they came out with the 360 version. It was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even the Sega Genesis version was kind of tame.
Well, yeah, they had to
True.
tone it down. I mean, the PC players, they didn't need a sensor, but you have kids starting to have access to the game, and yeah, the consoles are going to play it safe so they can sell more copies of it.
Right.
So,
Nevertheless, anyway.
yeah. All right, so I think what I'd like to do now, I mean, I know we'll keep talking after this, but I think I kind of want to get into the Switch 2 review
Yeah, let's hear about that.
that I said. So I've been playing a Switch 2 now for a month and a half now?
It seems like, yeah.
Yeah. It's been a really fun console, but then again, any console really can be if you have the right games. So I've been playing it. I tried playing it on a TV or just handheld, just in various ways, so I could really get a feel for it. And in my opinion, it's okay. I mean, for someone of my eyesight, it helps because of
The bigger screen.
yeah. But the screen,
Yeah, how much difference is the screen compared to the old one?
it's a 7.9 inch LCD screen.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't do the OLED because the OLED just drains so much battery
Mhm.
And as it is, when I was playing a game, I got maybe 2.5 hours out of it. And it really didn't matter whether that was basically just in handheld mode. So,
Mhm.
obviously, if it's in the dock, chances are you're charging through the dock, so you don't really have to worry about that. But, you know, so that particular thing, eventually, they're going to come out with the Switch 2 OLED, but they've got to do some work on that battery. That battery fucking sucks. Just, it is what it is. I mean, I've even seen reports regarding the specs of the Switch and stuff. The PS4 had a better GPU than the Switch 2.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the only reason why Switch 2 works better is because all of its components are built to work together. The PS4 wasn't really, but the PS4 had a stronger graphics processing. So, other than that, playing on it, it was great. It would get up to 4K on a big screen TV. It could get as high as 120 hertz for a refresh rate. But yeah, that 7.9 inch handheld screen was really good. That really helped. The handles, having a bigger set of handles for the Switch was nice, but
Right on.
with the bracket they have for it, which is almost like a traditional Switch bracket to make it a controller, your thumbs don't fall naturally onto the sticks.
Sticks, yeah.
So you're like, you have one hand like up more than the other so you can play it properly, and it gets annoying. It really does. If you choose to get the Switch 2, find a good case for it that can actually give you ergonomic grip. There's
Right.
quite a few out there of various prices, but by itself, there's just not a really comfortable way to do it.
Right. I also heard that they're the Joy-Cons or whatever you call them, one of them or both of them is like a mouse. Have you tried that part of it yet?
I don't have a game that actually allows me to utilize the mouse.
Uh-huh.
That requires like a Civilization 7 type of game. And I didn't have any. Nor do I have the funds for this show to drop like $80 for a game that allows me to do it.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet. Hopefully, but not for now.
Right.
So from what I'm understanding, as long as you're using the Joy-Con for the correct hand
Mhm.
that you are, it can be a decent mouse. But a lot of people swear by just plugging in a mouse to the dock or into the actual Switch 2 to take the place.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
I have looked into all the things that could brick a Switch 2 as well. Not trying it myself, but seeing what other people suffered by experimenting. And it seems to all just be if you're trying to do something with a supposedly pirated copy of something. Whether they're using the MIG switch from the Switch 1, which involves an SD card sliding into a Switch type of cartridge that goes in, and you just have a massive amount of games on it, you get flagged. And within about a month, you'll get banned. And all banning is it doesn't allow you to use online. That's it. So if you have the cartridge, you're fine. So it doesn't brick your console. It just bans you from online play and anything through Nintendo Switch Online, the chat, and things like that. But for all the games I played, which was Super Mario, Mario Kart World, Skyrim, Asphalt Legends Unite, which is a racing game, I played I played with my kids on Minecraft Dungeons. You know, I played some Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games because, you know, I am a Switch online member. And really got to
Right.
try it out, and it was nice. But I mean, you could just do the same from the Switch with a larger screen, essentially.
Mhm.
Um, and you really don't notice like the upscaling to like 1080p unless it's docked, which in my mind is kind of not the point. You get a Switch 2 or a Switch because it's handheld and you can play those more powerful games on that. And you kind of can, but it's not at like 4K or 1080p resolution. I mean, you're lucky if you get I mean, you can get up to 120 frames per second, but that's when it's docked, not
Okay.
when it's not. So
Okay.
you might get 60 frames a second consistently, at least, but still, you know, it's okay if you want to do it, but I'll be honest. I think I'd rather play on my Xbox. I have an Xbox Series S. The controller's more comfortable. I can play a lot of the same games, especially now that Microsoft is making things less exclusive. So that's just kind of my review. I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 at the moment.
Mhm.
We need to come up with a rating scale,
Um,
like 7 controllers.
well, if something is bad, and I've actually thought about this, if something is bad, I want to chuck it in the fuck it bucket.
I like it.
Chuck
like
it in the
So,
bucket.
so there may be reviews, and we may do purposely bad ones, just so we can chuck things in the fuck it bucket. But I couldn't do that to Switch 2. It's not that bad. so, but yeah, that's
So
the
it
idea.
sounds like what you're saying is it's good, but it can use some improvements.
Yeah, don't rush to get one. I mean, unless all of a sudden you have this desire, but there's not a lot of games out. A lot of the games that's on the Switch, you have to buy an upgrade to Switch 2 for $20. Get out of here. Come on. Now, I will say this, the Switch 2 copies of those games come with the Switch 1 version and the Switch 2 upgrade. So you can play like Breath of the Wild. You can play that on a Switch 1
Mhm.
with a Switch 2 cartridge and be just fine.
Okay.
So same with Tears of the Kingdom or anything else that has a Switch 2 edition or upgrade. But some of them just get an upgrade when you go to play it on the Switch 2 that you don't have to pay for, and it's just a regular Switch 1 game like Skyrim. So that one's kind of nice on a Switch 2 versus a Switch 1. But all in all, yeah, don't rush to it. There's still kinks in it. There's like cases are having problems too. And not like the cheap cases, like the expensive cases are saying like Dbrand's Kill Switch case. You can't use it because it doesn't hold the Joy-Cons into the actual monitor portion of the Switch 2. And the solution is actually kind of simple. You just take a razor blade to cut off some of the plastic from the Joy-Con or from the grip so that it will seat the Joy-Cons better. But Dbrand didn't want to admit that. They wanted to say, well, we'll just make new ones and ship them out. So everyone who pre-ordered has to wait even longer now. I heard it's like till December.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah. So, you know, don't rush into it is all I'm saying. It's good if you're into it, and if you're used to playing on a Switch 1, I'm sure a Switch 2 will seem so much better. But if you're jumping from like a PlayStation or an Xbox to a Switch 2, or if you're going from PC to Switch 2, don't rush it. Don't. So that's my review of it. Yep. So yeah. Other than that, that's kind of where we're at. Are there any thoughts from you guys? Like any questions about the Switch 2 or
Well,
anything else for that matter?
is there any? Is it? Well, you mentioned that you can place some of them. Now, again, did you say that you had to get an adapter for them, or can you take, is it a download when you backwards compatible play it?
What Nintendo has done for backward compatibility is they shifted to virtual game cards, which is what the key card thing for the games was doing. You own the license, but you don't own the game. So,
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it allowed me to download a lot of my Switch 1 games to the Switch 2
Okay.
without interfering with my Switch 1. As long as I'm not playing the same game at the same time on both consoles, I'm fine. But, I mean, it's not really emulation. They built upon the Switch 1 to make Switch 2 a little bit better. It's the same basic programming, though. So, it wasn't like what the Xbox One tried to do for the Xbox 360, which actually was through an emulator. I mean, it works for what it's supposed to do, but it's an emulator. It's what it was. So.
Well, guys, I need to take off. I got to do a few things before I get to go to this open house for my son. So.
Okay.
So
have a good evening.
It's been fun. Great show. And hope to see you all next week.
All right.
See you guys.
See you, Ty.
Later.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take off too because this little one's got some soccer going on.
All right, rock on.
But
well,
yeah.
Yep. Thanks for coming on with us for this episode, Squirrel.
Yeah, it's been fun. I love it. Like I love the topic. I love you guys. It's always easy to talk with. So thank you for giving me the experience. But I'll come back for sure.
No problem. Yeah. Take it easy, Squirrel. All right. So 420, now it's just me and you. We've done all the things that I kind of hoped to do on the episode. So
it took us an hour to do, so
yeah, it took us an hour to do. We've had quite a bit of interaction, which is great. So I guess we'll do some final thoughts and then we'll wrap it up. So 420, what are some of your final thoughts?
So, final thoughts. Lightsabers are better than backless because they're more versatile. Yeah, I could see how people do like the batless because they're sharp, but if you get this lightsaber, it can still cut through anything. So, and also, again, Toe Jam and Earl, it was a good game. I think it'd be a good game for beginners. You know, something to get you into the at least I played it on, I have it on other multiple platforms, but I played it on the Sega Genesis. So it'd be a good game a retro game to get on. Sounds like we should wait just a little bit longer to get the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And it was nice hearing everybody's beginning games. Like I said, mine was either Frogger or Adventure on the 2600 for Atari. And you will see me Saturday at noon right here with producer Adam and Ty that was here as well. Steve is going to be off because he wants to take a break, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, everybody deserves a break once in a while. And then both of us will be back here on Thursday for Mayheg's Amigos After Dark, and also for that's at 9.
Yes.
And then with both of us will be back on Sunday
That's
at
it.
4 for the regular Mayhem's Amigos. So
Yep.
that's pretty much all I got right now.
All right. I guess my final thoughts are, don't feel bad for playing games or being a nerd around other people. That
Exactly.
if people give you a headache for being you, maybe just don't be around those people. Maybe they don't deserve to have you around. And that's fine. People have their opinions. They can do their own thing. And if they don't like something you do, or if you don't like something they do, you don't have to hang around them. And you don't have to take their opinions to heart or anything like that, because, they're different. Everyone has differing opinions.
And if you want to play a game with us, let us know. We'll see if we have it. We can get together and do a newer version of a LAN party or something on a server for something. Or
Yep, we can always figure it out. If there's anything you want us to cover that you're curious about, please let us know.
If there's a retro game you'd like me to cover and give my opinion on it, let me know as well.
Yep.
Because it looks like I'll be doing that. I like doing, so it's no problem.
Yep. And we'll just get that taken care of. But until I refill the coin machines for the arcade, I'm going to have to shut it down. So until next Tuesday at 4 p.m., we will see you guys later. Thank you for joining us here at the Corner Arcade. You guys have a good evening.
Yeah. Because NFL Blitz took a lot of my quarters in the arcade when I was younger.
NBA Jam was mine.
Right.